of poetry fans that show up a little later will be quiet and discreet when they come in. My name's Dennis Bolin. I've been honored to be asked to host this afternoon's double book launch from Silver Bow Publishing. And without further ado, I'll introduce our first poet. He wrote some lines that I have become very, very appreciative of. And it sort of defines, you'll see, it defines a Canadian character. Last Sunday, a typhoon shook the ceiling, sprinkled plaster over Peter Mansbridge as he read the evening news. That's the middle stanza of a poem called The Upstairs Country. It's by our first book launcher today. He now lives in Westminster, but 8 years ago he came from the shores of England. For all we know, he's a fugitive from British justice. We don't really know why he's here. But he's impressed us since he got here. He's been published by CV2, the Canadian Literature magazine, and in Anish Review. He's been in the Vancouver Review, and he's included in an anthology called Rock Salt, which was published by Mother Tongue Press back over in Salt Spring Island. And as you will see and hear in a moment, he is a conscientious thinker and a doer on the subject and practice of social justice. And his current book, which is called The Broken World, details the challenge of dealing with mental illness in one's family. It's no mean feat for no mean poet. So on behalf of Silver Bow, I'm delighted to present the importantly engaging Mr. Alan Hill.
Thanks, Dennis. Thank you so much. And I thought, normally I give long, rambling introductions to each poem, but I thought today I'd try and connect a suite of poems that form one of the stories that's going on in my book. And there are other stories, this is one of them. So I timed it earlier as 25 minutes, so I'm going to get on with this. Otherwise I'll be here for a long time. Okay, and the poem's basically about, well, the book is basically around the theme of growing up with a brother who had schizophrenia. Still has it, of course. But it verges off in all sorts of other directions. So this first poem is called Come On In, and then I'm just going to run through the others as they sort of connect and sort of tell a story. In this beginning, which is also the end, I'm on holiday with my wife and kids, somewhere hot and bland, Maui or Cancun, vacation light, factory farm, a suburbanite's Garden of Eden, just made for me. Leaving the kids at the pool, I slip away and head down between the mile-high thighs of dunes that guide me to the beach, dive into the excited shouts that are calling me towards them, where I find the doctors dressed as fishermen on the ocean's edge, who are sweating in their waders and surgical gloves, holding up the pole from which my brother hangs, head down in an ill-fitting sports jacket, and aquatic Mussolini, cured, caught, saved from the waves. I haven't noticed he is dead.